Hi guys, it's me again. So you must be thinking, what the fuck, 2 videos in 2 days? Wow, what's going on? But I felt the need that I had to do a video after yesterday's video because there's something that I touched on, and I don't know if you realise that I was getting a bit agitated about it, and it's about people's views on addictions and um, their views in general, Joe. There's a lot of people out there that seem to think that you choose to be an addict, you choose to be an alcoholic, you choose to be a drug addict. And I think it's very sad that these people are so uneducated about these things. Um, it makes me angry, and it really upsets me. And you don't realise that when you make these claims and you come out with these things, that you're actually, with some people, you're actually affecting their recovery, um, because you're small-minded, because you're small-minded. I really don't get it. So I want to explain a bit about addictions, just so you kind of can understand from an addict point of view. Maybe, I don't know. So first things first. The sorry about that. I had a coughing fit. So first things first. The one of the main things that people have about alcohol addiction, and it's the main, so to speak, term that they use, or fault that they have, is when someone says they're an alcoholic and, oh no, you're not because you don't drink first thing in the morning. That is the biggest fucking. That's like with people with epilepsy that say, oh, you can't look at flashing lights. Not every alcoholic has a drink first thing in the morning. Like not every epileptic person is photosensitive epilepsy. An alcoholic is someone who could have one glass of wine a night. But if they don't have that glass of wine, so they go to work, they feed and wash their children, they put their children to bed, they do their housework, they do their ironing, and then they sit down to watch an episode of EastEnders, which they could be addicted to, by the way, and they have a glass of wine. And then all of a sudden one night there ain't no wine, and they sit there and they get sweaty and they get agitated and they get panicky because they haven't got that glass of wine. Because they need that glass of wine. That's an alcoholic. It's not someone who. It doesn't mean that it's someone who drinks. It's not Phil Mitchell. So that was one thing that I felt that I had to get to people. But the whole thing of this, you choose to be addicted. No, you don't. And I'm sorry, it's absolute bullshit. You do not choose to be addicted. So what you're saying, what you people are saying is basically this. Don't go out and have a drink. Don't drink, full stop. Because you might get addicted. So, how does that one work? Don't smoke because it's addictive. Don't gamble, it's addictive. So basically just live your life like the way the government want, as a boring person. Everyone has a way of letting their hair down. Unfortunately for some of us, we get addicted. I never asked to be an alcoholic, and I never asked to be a drug addict, and I'll say this time and time again. I never asked for it. It was one of them things. I started drinking when I was young. After my granddad died in '94, I blamed myself for his death because I was meant to see him the day before. I was going to go and see him the day before he died, and I didn't. I went to see my dad at work. And I thought it was my fault. For years, I thought it was my fault because I thought I didn't go and see him, so he was upset. He died of a broken heart. He didn't. But I was troubled. I was very, very troubled. So that's part of the reason why. I mean, there was other things. My mum used to love a drink. I mean, my mum was known throughout Brockley as the party girl. Oh, here's Meg. She loves a good drink. She likes a good time. She wasn't an alcoholic. My dad was a very proud man. Went to work and worked very hard for my sister and me to put food on our table, to make sure we had clothes. And growing up, I was an ungrateful little shit. You know, and I regret so much, and I regret the way I've treated him. You know, and I never asked to be the person, the black sheep of the family. And that, you know, I started drinking, and then it just got to the stage where you need a drink. You know, and yeah, I used to drink first thing in the morning. I used to sit in the Wetherspoons with the old boys at 9 o'clock in the morning, drinking it with a cup of tea and a large vodka. So if anyone I knew came in, I'd hide the vodka. You know, I never asked for that, but it was who I am. You know, it was part of me. You know, if I had a hard time, I dealt with it through drinking. Yet when Nathan died, I didn't. I think I was on the wagon for a good 5-6 months. I think it was only come the May that I decided to start drinking again. And then I got stabbed about 3 weeks after when I got mugged. And with the drugs, again, I never asked. Yeah, it was my choice to take drugs, and I knew that they were very addictive. But I've got this, it's part of who I am. I'm an addict. So I chose to take the drugs. But some people, you know, in a way with the drugs here, it is a choice. But at the same time, when you're really shitty and fucked and you've got no one to turn to and you've got no one, there is no one for you to talk to. You can't go to people and say, listen, this is what's going on with my life. This is how I feel. So you self-medicate. It's the only way to numb yourself. Some people do things, some people go to church and they praise this mythical person that, God forbid if he is real, because fucking hell, he seems to kill more people than he's tried to save. But people have that addiction, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. No one judges you on that. Well, people do judge you on it, but you know, but yet if you're an alcoholic or a drug addict, you're judged, and you are judged badly. You are looked down on as a piece of shit on the bottom of people's shoes. You know, I'll look at that pisshead fucking alky cunt. Oh, look, the fucking druggie. Yeah, I'll tell you something now. There's mostly so many people and so many people on my Facebook and so many people that I know. You mostly hunt loads of people that you know that you don't realise they take drugs. You know, they take drugs. I was surprised with the amount of people I knew that was on the Charlie. You know, and that started off as I used to smoke weed, and then you take speed, and then you want something bigger. You want a bigger high, and I've done cocaine, I've smoked fucking crack, I've shot up on heroin once or twice just to get off my tree. I'm not proud of it, but then I am proud of the fact that I've been drug free since 2010. February 2010 was the last time I took drugs. And I can't say it'll ever be the last time I take drugs, but at the moment, I can. So, please, people, educate yourselves about addictions, because it's not... when you come out with these views and you call people scum, you don't understand that you're hurting people. You know, and all this has come from a post on Facebook yesterday where there was a petition and to help a young man who's got mental health problems and he's using drugs. And he's numbing... I've been on the streets, so I know you're numbing the pain. I never used when I was on the streets, but I had something to keep me going. I had my children. I had the thought that I had to get to where I am at the moment for my children. A lot of people haven't got that. You know, but you still get judged. And who are you people? Who are all of you to judge people? No one. You know, it's really upset me, and I'm really struggling at the moment. I've sat here tonight looking at a bottle of vodka for like nearly 3 hours, and I keep that bottle of vodka in my kitchen because for a reason. It's hidden, but I keep it there for a reason, because it's for me to say I did that. I can count down the time and go, well, it's been there for like 3 months, so I know for 3 months I haven't touched it. And I do drink. I admit I drink. You know, when I am in the right frame of mind, I like to have a drink. But I know that if it gets too much, I go to AA. I go to get the help. because it cost me everything. Drinking is one of the main reasons why I lost my relationship with my kids' mum, why I ended up where I am now. But people really don't understand with your views how much you hurt people, because someone I really, really care about is going through a really hard time at the moment, and it's absolutely killing me inside, because I care about this person so much, and I would do anything to numb their pain for them, and I can't. And to see that, they're going through this, it's like the fresh stages of a relapse, and they're really fucking hating on themselves, and it's so horrible. And it's all because of people's views, because people aired their views thinking that they can be the big voice, and all you've done is just hurt people, and you really don't understand it. I never asked to be a drug addict. I never asked to be an alcoholic. It's just who I am. It's part of my personality. It's part of my traits. I'm the black sheep of my family, and I'm absolutely cool with that. And I know that this video, should you watch it, and I apologise to my family, because I've hurt a hell of a lot of people. I really have, and I don't mean to. But I'd rather do what I'm doing now, which is the whole reason why I've set up my YouTube channel. The whole reason I set this channel up was, if my videos can help people and I can air my views and express how hard it's been, then maybe, just maybe, I can help one person. If I can help one person, then I'm doing something great for this world. And maybe I'm not helping the person I really want to help, but maybe I will. I don't know. I really don't know. You just don't understand how upset I am at the moment. It's so fucking, it's not fair. It's just not fair. I started taking drugs again when my best friend was murdered. And he was one of the nicest men in the world. He never hurt anyone. He was beat up and basically murdered because he smiled at some girl in a pub. And again, I thought it was my fault, so I blamed myself, so I took drugs. It numbed my pain. I remember his funeral. I went to his funeral with broken ribs because I got so drunk the Sunday before that I walked into a garden bench at the side of the pub where I lived. I walked in and it fell on top of my ribs. And they're big old fucking things, they hurt. And I think back to because I don't regret my time in the pub, but it was, my hair, man, it was an experience. But if I listened to people, like my old boss, and if I listened to him and what he had to say, maybe my life would be completely different. I don't know, but it's the path that I chose, and it's the path I have to live with. But what I don't need is people judging me for it, and looking down their noses and looking and judging people with alcohol problems, because these people, should they be given the help, they will change. There's one guy on my Facebook who something happened to him last year, and now he's training to be an alcohol counsellor, and he's doing a great job, and it's like, Joe, I'm so proud of him. And Kenny Sampson, the former Crystal Palace player, who's been in the press time and time again, he's doing such a great job in his recovery, and people have helped him, and there are hundreds of Crystal Palace fans that are there helping him out. If you help people instead of judging people, you might just be able to make a difference. Stop judging us. The same as people with mental health. Stop. Because you can't see a disability, you say that we're not disabled, and we're just scrounging off the system. You people, oh my God, get off your high horses. Because what the fuck is it? It's really upsetting. You just don't understand. I wish you could. I'd love for some of you people, there's so many people, I'd love to just spend a month in my life. Come and swap with me and see what it's like. Because you don't realise that you've all got addictions. Everyone has addictions. Yours are just different from ours. Our ones can destroy us. And it's not just other people that we're hurting ourselves. If I carry on drinking the way I used to, 20 pints a day, I'll end up dead. I can't do it no more. The same as drugs. So, but I'm just hoping that the person that is on my mind at the moment. I'm really hoping that they can turn things around. Because I'm not sleeping at the moment. I'm struggling with a lot of things, and I just felt like I had to get this off my chest and air my views. I have to go because it's up to 15 minutes, but I will do another video in a couple of days when I'm a bit more calm, and hopefully things will be a lot better. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and share and all of that stuff. Please take care and keep safe.